I'm not well in my head when I go out. When my steps move a little away from you, it's as if my heart leaves my body and stays locked inside your arms. I breathe badly, the air grows heavy, like a cage around my chest. And every second when I lose you becomes a fall that overpowers me. The streets swallow me without looking. Faces pass like mirages. I walk among the living, but drift through another landscape. Without your gaze, the world collapses. Colors turn into lead, and my heart pounds against my ribs, like a prisoner against the walls of a cell. Inside my head there are storms, waiting only for your absence. Lightning burning through my thoughts, destroying all resistance. I wish I were stone, unbreakable, but I'm shattered glass. And every minute you drift away sees another crack in me. Sometimes I speak to the empty air, plunge again into the abyss with your name in the night. When I lose sight of you, I fall deep inside myself, into an abyss I know too well. A cold fear crosses my heart like a blade in my hands. When I lose sight of you, I become ashes, a fire burning almost running like a wounded soul, chasing light because your gaze is the only moment I can still breathe on earth. And when I find your presence again, the world finally stops screaming. But deep inside I already know the fear is never buried. It sleeps there hidden in shadow, like an animal under my skin, ready to roar when I move from the warmth of your words. And I struggle against my own thoughts that whisper the worst to me, because love can sometimes resemble a wound that keeps breathing. When I lose sight of you, I fall deep inside myself, into the darkest night of my heart. And every second away from you becomes a desert of fear. When I lose sight of you, I stagger and sink like a man